Hello everyone, my name is Yoda Wicaksono, and this time I want to talk about racism. Today, in this era, the differences in humans are getting bigger and more diverse, starting from difference in gender, religion, race, and others. Of course, we have one difference that we should be proud of. Differences that describe who we are, the differences that protect with our sweat and blood. Then, how would you feel if your differences or your true identity was insulted and trampled on? Not only who you are, but also include the identity of everyone in your social group. Surely you will be angry and furious and maybe want to take revenge the action of those who have made fun of your group's identity. But unfortunately, no one supports you. Whatever you do is a crime. And even if you are not wrong, no law or order will protect and defend you. Maybe you will think about why I live in this world. I don't need to live in this world anymore. And maybe that's what black people who live in all parts of the world think so. Racist acts have happened a long time ago and are getting worse and worse. Not just racist and act against black people, but also racism against religion, race, and gender or anything else. But the most severe and frequent are racists against the black race or black people. Many black people have experienced racist act from other races, from insult to them, or maybe to the more extreme way that something cause serious problems such as murder and others. And the saddest thing is that the government often consider things like that to be trivial things or common things that usually happen in society. And so many people don't like about that. Uh, let's take an example. Lately, the world is being shocked by case of racism against George Floyd. He was a black man who was killed by a white policeman by pressing him in the neck with the knee of the policeman. He was killed over trivial matters of being arrested on suspicion of using counterfeit over trivial matters. Counterfeit $20 bill, I think. He lay on the ground and had difficulty for breathing for I think about 10 minutes. And what was surprising was where the police who killed George Floyd was found not guilty. It made people all over the world, especially black people, very angry and upset about the decision from the government. After that incident, in some places around the world, there have been big protests against police racism and police brutality. Black Lives Matter slogans are shouted everywhere, not only in real life, also people on social media showed their support. Not only black people, but almost all people who are upset and disappointed with the injustice of the government. Even famous people, many, have come to the street to voice their voices in defense of George Floyd. In my opinion, what the police did was very cruel and very bad things, and also inhuman. Moreover, The police, who should have provided a sense of security and were full of justice, had instead committed this kind of action. They treat a human being like an animal, even though he had asked for forgiveness for not being able to breathe like George Floyd. The policeman who killed him still ignored and made fun of him, mocking him. But good news came after several days of protests and some trials. Four policemen who are deemed responsible for George Floyd's death were fired from the police and followed up by in a criminal case. Another example of racism. Several incidents against black people had also occurred before the 2000s, like one of which was the incident that happened to a black rapper band called NWA, where they were almost arrested by the police because the police thought they were armed gangs who were considered disturbing the peace of the surrounding neighborhood. The same thing happened to a member of the NWA band who was known as Ice Cube before he joined the band. Ice Cube was walking on the street around the neighborhood when the police came up to him and started pushing him to the ground and checking his whole body because the police thought he was a drug dealer. From what we see, black people are often described as people who always commit crimes and are not civilized. Without looking at the others and just looking at the skin color, people have judged poorly. But not all black people are like that. Even some of them have become important people in some country. Let's talk the most famous example is the former president of United States of America, Barack Obama. He was the first black president of the USA, and has already made big change to the USA also. Many people in the United States also like him better than the president now. Besides Barack Obama, there are also Muhammad Ali also, an Islamic boxer legend, also in Africa. And there are many examples of black people who have made change and certainly provide evidence that not all black peoples are bad. Then why do we sometimes still do unfairly to black people? Black people are human too. They also have human rights. All colors are humans too. Black and white or yellow or maybe other colors. So we have to get rid of that kind of things, the racism things. Because all humans are social creatures who must help and helping each other to survive. I think this all I can say about racism. Thank you and thanks for watching.